Hey friends, Chris, Treasured Bounty, and today I am getting on the inventory train that I have been talking about. First of all, I want to say if you hear any obnoxious snoring in the background, that would be Oliver, my Boston Terrier, who is my sidekick for the business here. Anyway, I wanted to share with you guys, that I almost had my first of two experiences. My first shipping yesterday for Facebook Marketplace, and also would have been my first scam that I fell prey to. However, it takes a little more than that to get me out of bed in the morning. But anyway, I had a gentleman contact me. It's an Apple CarPlay system, like a radio that you replace in your car. And these things typically sell pretty well for me in the local market at £4. I don't know if I'll do a lot of shipping of them. Depends, I guess, on the price that I end up getting them for at auction. But again, I do pretty well with these. But oddly, the scammy market is kind of enhanced with around car electronics, for whatever reason. But at any rate, you also notice I kind of blurred out the background. I'm just trying new things out here. Okay, so I mentioned that I'm new to recording, so I just want to kind of mess around, see what takes, what doesn't, and try a variety of different things. I did do a large push 2 days ago, and I put a lot of this on camera, but I had some sort of volume issue, and it didn't end up recording any sound. So I have this great video, great to me, and I have nobody can hear it. So I mean, what's the point? And so I'll work that out. Maybe I'll figure something out to get sound back, because I can hear it kind of faintly through the headphones. But whatever. Again, when I share stuff like that, I'm sharing because I'm new, maybe you're new, and if we are new together, we can learn from each other, and I think that's very important. So I had it from folks on YouTube and other platforms while I was really starting out on this, and I hope that you guys get to use some of this to your knowledge as well. I was excited about being able to ship an item because I hadn't done that before, and I decided to go through PayPal just because I feel like between Cash App and Venmo and these other platforms, PayPal offers some more protection than a lot of these other apps. And when folks are going through eBay, they're protected by eBay, and there's a pretty big backing there. But when you're doing this through Marketplace, it's just you. Really, because Meta isn't going to do anything for you. They're not going to be there to protect you. They don't even know what they're doing. So you just kind of have to be very, very careful. But I did a big push the other day for some large boxed items that I've had sitting around here. Some of it I call my death pile, that has just been around here, not doing anything, not making me money, but probably costing me money because I'm like a rental center here. Basically, I put up a whole bunch of stuff up with some very reasonable prices. It's the first week of February, so I coined it as a Super Bowl sale through Treasured Bounty. And for whatever reason, it seems to be a good shopping season for, the Super Bowl seems to be a time that people shop for some of this stuff. And I'm not, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it was beer and hot dogs and, grill items, but I mean, I'm selling ergonomical pillows and scooters and stuff like this. So it's, perhaps because we had a warm spell here, a few days in the mid 50s, got some spring fever going on. So that helps. So we'll see. I mean, I was not doing this last spring full time. So this will be my first of the new, of the new season. So I started this in winter, and once we enter spring here, it'll be my first springtime, and I'm anxious because I got some really good advice from some of you in the comments about starting spring items, particularly baseball and such, and I went to Goodwill last week, and I found like 6 mitts for $2, and they're child size, so I'm gonna put those up real quick and see if I can get a score on those. And they're Spalding brand, so I don't know if that's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent yet. I did minimal research. Okay, I just kind of grabbed for $2. I just grabbed and did minimal research so far. So I'm looking into comps on eBay, sell-through rate, and kind of doing a comparison there. From now on, going forward, my primary focus will be items less than a few pounds, preferably less than a pound, that will end up for sale on eBay. I know it's preferred to have a niche, and I understand why, because then you can focus wholeheartedly on that. I have not found something yet. I am oddly really good at selling women's clothing. Do with that information what you will. I really enjoy selling coins and tokens, and I will probably dabble in that kind of stuff as well. So I have yet to find my market, but I'm kind of just dipping toes in the water at this point, and that's kind of how a lot of folks start out. Unless you have a focused path that you know ahead of time. This is what I do. This is where I'm going with this. You kind of have to just dabble and see what sells in your market. See what sells according to your knowledge / know-how. You need to test it out. So that's kind of where I'm going. I did get myself a label printer, and again, as somebody who hasn't even sold on eBay yet, this is probably very far from something that I need, but I was in a position where I could grab something like that, and I just enjoy, for some reason, I really love buying office products, so I stocked up on some of that stuff, and now I have it for whenever I start making the move forward on yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just want I want to keep the content relevant and out there, and I don't want to get too far behind on putting videos out there. And plus, I'm trying very much trying to gain a following here. So if you guys would do me the favor of following along, of subscribing, of putting likes on my videos, so that I might be able to. I have certain thresholds that I need to get to achieve monetization on YouTube, and that's another goal of mine. Is that I can start making a little bit of a chump change from this, just to help offset some of the business costs. So I'm working on earning that, meaning putting out content that's watchable and enjoyable enough to warrant people subscribing. So I welcome any comments, tips, creative ideas that you guys can give me that would help me along my way. I will show you. There's Oliver. He's the famous. So anyway, anything you guys can do to help me out, I'd appreciate it. Anything I can do for you, reach out, let me know. And I'm going to come back on here in a little bit, because I want to show you how I list some of this stuff for Marketplace, and I want to show you how I'm listing it for eBay, and find out if there's something I can do better, or maybe I'm doing everything. I just need to do more of it. Again, I've only got 11 items on eBay, so that's not really a store yet. And I've got probably a few hundred things to put on here today. So that's what I'm getting on. So, okay, we'll talk to you soon. Happy reselling, and be safe out there. And I'll talk to you very soon. Thanks, guys.